everybody. Welcome to the end of Italian Ripoff Month, and today we have Robo War. Once again put out by Severn, once again a Bruno Mattei film, and once again under the name Vincent Dawn. When I first mentioned I would be reviewing this, I said it's Rambo 3 meets RoboCop. There's one more in there that, for some reason, didn't register. It is Predator meets RoboCop meets a later Rambo film. Reb Brown stars as your Arnold Schwarzenegger character. Now, the movie begins in pretty cool fashion. A Black Eagle, I think it's a helicopter, a Black Eagle gets blown out of the sky. But then you notice like this orange filter, which is supposed to be Predator vision. I absolutely hated whenever it did that because everything is digitized and blurry, which it's supposed to be, but couldn't do it. And then there's these people sent on a mission to investigate something that they're not told about. There's a guy, well, the group is called BAM. So, why BAM? Big ass motherfuckers. Ha. That's weird. It's not really a joke, but, So the guy who works for the big bad corporation is set out to find the BAM in the jungles of the Philippines. So it actually takes place in the Philippines. I can't remember if that's where I just watched it, and I don't ever remember them saying what country it was in. But anyway, they're supposed to discover an island where people have been disappearing and searching for something. So it is set up like Predator, and once I realized that, cool. I like Predators. I like the Predator movies. I like war films. What could go wrong? When they get there, a bunch of gorillas are dead. So I'm like, okay, Robot shows up, and it is just a guy in a motorcycle helmet who reminds me of the Phantom Ranger, like motorcycle helmet spray painted black, clearly football shoulder pads that have been spray painted black. So again, reminds me of the Phantom Ranger from Power Rangers. So that is your Robo of this Robo War. So you're thinking, guys out in the jungle getting attacked. Cool. Now imagine my surprise when these guys in the deep, dark jungle run into a bridge and there are cars. Yeah, struck me by surprise. I actually had to pause the movie, go do something else, and come back and go, did I just see what I saw? Yeah! So, there are other people, other than the ones dying. There are other people there. Gorillas, I think. So, gorillas as in the, gorilla army term, not gorillas as in the Tarzan gorillas, like the wee, nothing like that, just like gorillas. So yeah. So, one of my favorite things in this, there is a guy named Quang who was picked up from Vietnam. He is chopping like you do through the jungles. And as he goes like this, you can clearly see his knife isn't doing anything, and all it's doing is he goes like this. The plant gets caught on it, and in one occasion, I'm pretty sure it gets caught on it, and he goes like this a few times, and as he does, the plant just comes back right to where it was, so it did absolutely nothing. So, with that out of the way, what do I think of Robo War? It's not the worst film I've seen. Not the best. It is an hour and a half long, which is a good runtime for it. But there are scenes where they're just in the jungle walking around to music that does not go with this type of thing. Like you would think you would hear like military type music or like action-y type music. Instead it's like weird 80s synth, which does not go with it. But do I like it? I do. Like I said, there's some scenes in the middle when they're walking around that can get kind of boring. Once they rescue, I think her name's Virgin, or she's just credited as Virgin. Her real name's Catherine Hicklin. Once they rescue her, there's still some more walking that gets boring. I find it interesting when it either advances the story as to why there's a robo guy going on, or robot there, and why they're there and all that. So there is some gore. There's very little gore. But I'm going back to this. Do I recommend it? Yes. I do recommend you see this, especially if you like Bruno Mattei films. The only downside is there's a severed arm here or there, and there's skeletons with, like, melted flesh on, but that's as gory as it gets. There's lots of explosions, if you like that, and there's Reb Brown. So if you're a Reb Brown fan, go for it. So yes, I would say... So yes, I would say pick this up. SevernFilms.com, last I knew they had this. I would say if you don't know, though, if you're on the fence about Robo War, wait until they're halfway to Black Friday or their Black Friday sale to pick it up if it's still there, because then you can get some money off of it, and if you like it, great. If not, you didn't lose a whole lot of money. So I did also check out the special features on this, with the exception of two. I didn't really look at Robo Predator or Italian Ripoff because they are Italian with English subtitles, and both of them run, well, one of them I know for sure runs about 23 minutes, and usually when that happens, the other one runs about 23 minutes, if it's specifically for this, and I do not have 23 minutes at this moment. But I did check out Robo Lady, the interview with Catherine Hickland, and she goes over how she got involved in Italy television, which was a TV show she did. Got very popular over there. So she was known in Italy. That's how she got Robo War. She was also on a soap opera in America called Texas. And then there was also Papa Doc's War with John P. Delaney, who basically talked about how he wants people to recommend the good parts of Robo War and tell people to see Robo War because he feels like it's an underrated film, and talks about how he got involved with it. Those are the two I checked out. I didn't look at the behind-the-scenes movies, the interview with Massimo Vinni, or the interview with Jim Gaines Jr. There is a trailer on this that is really cool. So again, that's my review of this. If you're wondering why I'm just now starting to look at special features, it is because the last stuff I filmed in a giant block in December and January. The poll finally ended. People commented that they wanted me to review special features, so that will be coming starting with this block of videos. So from here on out, I'm going to be looking at all the special features I can. I say I can, all the special features I can, because again, if I'm running short on time, I can't watch a 23-minute interview. So before I leave, programming note. I had mentioned that after Italian Ripoff Month, I'm going back to the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise. That's not true. It was at the time. I have since changed my mind. I have heard through a rumor mill, I have heard through a rumor mill that there might be a special edition of the movies coming. So I really don't want to go through them and then do them all before this special edition comes out and have to redo them again because now the picture's better. There's better special features. So I do remember I was at Nightmare on Elm Street Part 4. But that will wait. So here's the plan for Nightmare on Elm Street. For Nightmare on Elm Street, if the rest of this year goes by with no announcement on a Nightmare on Elm Street, I will go back to it in 2022. Maybe. I say maybe because I want to take this show, well, my channel, back to the reason why I started it. Films like Robo War, films like Cruel Jaws, films like Bloodsucker Jones, Blood Diner, stuff like that people haven't really heard of. Everybody's heard of Nightmare on Elm Street. Everybody's heard of Friday the 13th. Everybody's heard of Halloween. I want to highlight the stuff that has been I don't want to say unheard of, that is just not as well known. So, stuff like the Al Adamson box. Stuff like the Andy Milligan box. That's right. The Andy Milligan box will be coming. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to try to finish up what I can of Al Adamson before taking a break. And when I say taking a break, when the Andy Milligan box gets here, we're going to jump into the Andy Milligan box. And then from then on, it is going to be the lesser known movies again. This is because that's why I started, and watching the Bruno Mattei films made me kind of realize that's where I had the most fun. Because on a lower budget film, especially if it's an independent studio, you don't have to follow things like what a studio tells you. So yeah, that is what the plan is. So starting next week, we go back into Al Adamson. I will not state what disc it is because I have to do some checking, and I don't have that handy right now. But we will next week we will dive back into Al Adamson, and again from here on out, it is lower budgeted and more unknown films. Unless we get that Nightmare on Elm Street special set, then I will go back and finish that just because I already started it. So, thank you for watching. Stay spooky, stay scary, take care, and I will see you next time.